A new faith-based film reflects on the dignity of every human person, including people with intellectual disabilities.
God sent his only beloved Son into the world, not to judge, but to reveal to them that they are loved.
Summer in the Forest highlights the work of Catholic humanitarian Jean Vanier, who founded the international organization l'Arche. The goal is to create a sense of value and community for people with intellectual disabilities. Joining us now is Randall Wright, filmmaker of Summer in the Forest. Randall, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you very much.
You said your Aunt May was an inspiration for this film. Tell us a little bit about her and how her memory influenced you.
Well, it's very easy to get earnest about this subject. My Aunt May had a disfigured face, and she was what in those days people called simple. When I was a little boy, she'd rush over to me and try and hug me, and I was very frightened of her. And that question of fear stayed with me all the way through until my 40s, when I started asking myself why. And the answer was something to do with not being prepared to acknowledge a whole category of humanity, I think. And I think I have the same fear an awful lot of other people have.
You've directed and produced this movie. Tell us about the filmmaking process. How was making this film different than others?
Well, Summer in the Forest is shot in the most beautiful forest. It's a beautiful film with a fantastic composed score. It's taking the subject as if the people are the most important. So we treat them as if they were celebrities. They're beautifully, beautifully filmed. The problem I had in filming was, of course, I couldn't tell anybody to do anything. So every story in the film was something that came about over a long period of building up trust and for the story to be offered. So I spent nearly a year coaxing out stories which then fitted together into a pattern. And the pattern is, the subject of the film really is people who felt really rejected discovering they had a home. And it's the home that Jean offered them, and which of course now l'Arche is an international organisation. There are 148 communities in something like 40 countries around the world.
So you describe Jean Vanier, a Catholic and founder of l'Arche. He's one of the great humanitarians of our time, as you've described him. What is it that he has done for people with intellectual disabilities?
Well, the very simple thing he did, 1964, he was the first person to rescue people with intellectual disabilities from a lunatic asylum, which was then virtually a prison, awful conditions. He took two men out and lived with them in an ordinary house and proved to the world that that was possible to do, and therefore he changed the care systems throughout the world. He's someone who's changed attitudes to a whole category of humanity.
Such an important message and such a fascinating story. And so the name of the movie is Summer in the Forest. Randall Wright, filmmaker and director, thanks so much for talking with us about it.
Thank you very much.